Welcome, Bayou Billy Bones, segment 6, and here's where the plan really comes together. Last time it worked out perfectly where we got to the tree right when it had spawned, but there's a 40-second window for that, so that's not too impressive. It's just okay, you planned it out well, you hit the window. Here, we'll see the routing got really tight and the plan really came together. The thing we're trying to avoid is using inns to manipulate the time of day. The reason for that, stays at inn, just wasted time. You can't skip the text for some reason when they ask, oh, would you like to stay at the inn? All that text you can't skip, and it's a fairly long animation, plays the music, and then it comes back to the next day and reloads everything. So we're trying to avoid inns as much as possible. Right now we still have some time to kill before the shops actually open. One option would be to go to the inn, stay the night at the inn, and use the inn to open it. But we already have some things that we need to do, and it's very close to the time the shops open, so we might as well get them done. So things we're doing, first, this is the cutscene we need to hit. Upstairs here is the only cutscene you need to hit in Baccarat. That's the cutscene where you find out, okay, the dude's gone. Once you do that, we're now advancing the plot for the Western continent. We have nothing at all that we can use for Jessica armor. We're gonna run in here, we're gonna grab the dancer's costume. So right now, this is a lot better than any of the other options. So we're grabbing that here. Once we cook the thief's key, we can get the cloak of evasion and some other cool stuff. And then we can drop the dancer's costume into the alchemy pot with some silver mail, and we can make some pretty good armor for Angelo, which we can also just sell and make quite a bit of money. While we're here, we still have some time to kill. So we're running back here, we're getting the bunny tail, and we're getting the guard. Their use, you can sell them, you can equip them, and you can alchemize them. Because as I've worked it out, best route is to spend that extra bit of time to get Jessica so you can get that alchemy pot. Because the alchemy pot is very useful. Mainly because we have no gold, and alchemy pot is our only way to get better gold. And sure, we can keep on grinding levels, but there's a point where getting extra experience only gives you about 1 level, about 2 levels, and there isn't that much of a gain. Whereas better equipment is a huge gain. Going from the equipment we had at the beginning of the segment to the equipment we're going to get, we'll see right here, huge defense increase. Now that right there, where we get to the weapon shop just as the sun rises and it's open, that is routing right there. That's what all that working was for, so we get there right at that moment. So grabbing the iron armor here, and you can see by the stat increase, hugely powerful, so much better than what we currently have. So we're using most of our gold to get armor for Hero and Yangus, and it's going to be armor they're going to have for quite a while. Now the reason to get that armor right now, this actually enables us to speed up our metal slime grinding. The best way to kill a metal slime right now, because we have no crit abilities, is to buy holy waters. Each holy water is a guaranteed 1 damage to a metal slime. Now what I'm doing first is stocking up on wings. And instead of putting the wings in the bag, I'm putting them into Hero's inventory. So then, when I buy all these holy waters, the game will instead use those holy waters to organize Hero's inventory. So all that junk he had in there that I didn't need, boomerang, stuff like that, that's automatically going in the bag because I bought a bunch of stuff and I had no place to put it. So on this segment, there were some errors in menuing. And as always happens, the segment where like, yeah, some bad menuing there, a little bit bad movement, I should probably reset, but might as well just keep on going. That's the one where you get the perfect look. And here is the perfect look. Now, groups like this, it's pretty easy to get 1 metal slime kill out of these guys just because there's so many of them. But what's hard is to get 2 metal slime kills. And in fact, to get the 2 metal slime kills, we need that armor. Because Yangus right now is level 1, he has next to no defense. Even if he has the good armor that he has right now, next to no defense and next to no health. So even though metal slimes really don't swing that hard, they swing hard enough to take out at least 1 character and possibly 2. And if one of their character dies, they don't get any experience. So we need them both to be alive so they can both get the experience they're going to get from all these metal slimes. So we're going to kill 2 metal slimes here, and the only way that was ever possible was because we bought that better overpowered armor at Baccarat. So now that we have that, we're going to get 2 metal slime kills. And yes, I took a lot of attempts to get your metal slime kills. One metal slime kill is pretty easy. 2 metal slime kills, quite difficult, because they have to stay around for a while. And especially here, as soon as we do this, you notice that one flees, like, oh, great. There's just 1 and he has to stay for 2 turns. Not very good chances, but actually worked out. Now, getting 2 metal slime kills in 1 encounter, that's great, because 1, it saves us a segment, and 2, as soon as we have 2 metal slime kills, that's all the experience we need to go all the way to Bergen Quay. 2 metal slime kills is enough to ensure we get no encounters for all the Jessica cutscenes, and to ensure that we have a real quick squid fight. So all metal slimes are gone, and then we have a bunch of leveling. Now, where we're putting our points, I'm putting them hero into spear. 2 reasons. 1, crit abilities. That is the main reason. And 2, it'll make the squid fight even faster to be able to use the spear. Now, later in the game, hero's going to turn more into a healer, but for right now, I have 2 damage dealers, and then once I have all 4 people unlocked, then he starts, as we get higher and higher levels, he starts turning more into a healer. But for right now, he's one of my chief damage dealers. So all the points go into spear, so I can get the crit abilities, and also there's just enough, so I get the additional boost at the very end. So I can get better spear power, so I can get an even faster squid fight. After he has enough spear power, points are going to be going into courage, so he can get Omni Heal. And that's the big power that'll enable me to have even faster fights later on. Because eventually, Angelo is going to be healer for quite a bit, but once Angelo reaches a certain level, he then turns into being the one who casts all the buffs. And then Hero will be the one healing, Angelo will be buffing. All the points right now, Yanga's going into axes, so we get that extra axe power. His way of dealing damage will be through axes for the rest of the game. Grabbing humanity, so I can get Whistle. Whistle enables some faster grinding later on. So you don't have to wander around in circles, you can just use Whistle. And all the other points will be going into axes. Now eventually we'll be changing a little bit, we'll be putting points in other places so he can get Padfoot, so we can get fewer encounters in the late game. Also because you can't just put all of your points into axes right away. The game limits you. There's a certain number of points you can put into any skill at various levels. So if you try to put all of your points into just one skill throughout the entire game, the game will stop you. It will say, well, wait a second. For your level, I don't want you having all those overpowered abilities. Why don't you spread it out a little bit? So last thing we're going to do here, you're going to use the wing and go to Port Prospect. The reason to go to Port Prospect is just faster saving. And there's nothing inside of Fairbury we have to do. But the next segment will have us start at Fairbury, and then use the Saber Cat to go through all the Alexandria cutscenes, kill the squid, unlock Jessica, and be back in the plot. So our next steps, unlock Jessica, gives us the alchemy pot, unlock Angelo, gives us 4 characters, and then at that point, grind, and pick up the story in the Western Con. The next segment after this is when we start getting back into real segments. This one, and the one before it, are all these little short 6 to 8 minute segments. Then we have a nice big long segment where we do all the Jessica cutscenes, we get to do all the Alexandria stuff. Once that's complete, we do some grinding to do, but then we're back for the Angelo cutscenes, another good, nice long segment. After that is going to be a lot of grinding. So a couple short segments, we have a break, we'll have a nice big segment, and there'll be a lot of those little short grinding segments. Final time for this segment, 1 hour and 12 minutes. Now a good RTA has the squid dead at about 115, 120, so we're a ways behind, but we're going to start catching up now. That is the last thing that we have done that puts us behind. Everything we're doing between here and the end of the game is us catching up and eventually passing the RTA. Thank you for watching.